Okay, so last time we learned how to use the white color pencil on top of black paper, and I started the drawing of the white paper sculpture so that you could get some practice on doing the different values, and you're working really in reverse of what you normally do with the black paper. I mean, with white on top of black, you're working reverse than what you normally work in. So just in review, whenever you want it the brightest, whitest, you're going to bear down. Brightest, whitest, and lightest. And wherever you want it darker, you are not going to bear down with your pencil. And if we were just using regular pencil, you would be doing what you normally do, okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to choose from one of the still lifes that I have attached to the assignment. And you can divide it into fourths, and I'll post a video on how to do that if you need to do that on your computer, or you can print it out and divide it into fourths this way. And then you can just very lightly divide this into fourths. It does not have to be perfect. All right, you want to do it lightly because we don't want to see the lines when you're done. Now, what I want you to do is look and see where things are on this paper. So if I were to look at this right here, it's got a glare on it a little bit from the light. Let me see if I can turn this way a little bit. That'll help me. So I'm going to look at this, and I need some ticking lines to let me know where things are. Here's the bottom of this. I guess this is a pear. And then the front of it is right here. It comes down a little bit further. And then this is right here, and this is right here, and this is right here. All right? And I need ticking marks for each one of these to know where they are on the project. So, and then up here too. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put ticking marks on my black paper. Well, I put this mark here. So if I look at this line and I look at this line, I want to put this ticking mark right about, I guess right about here where the bottom of the front of the pear comes in. You want to see how far it is away from this line and how far it is away from the bottom. Now over here, if I were to divide this into half, okay, and I were to divide this into half, this ticking mark would be a little bit above this one. Okay, just to let me know where that is. I'm going to look how far the pear is away from the edge, and it's right about there. And I forgot to do a ticking mark right here and a ticking mark here. All right, so now I need to know where the top of my pear is going to be, and it's, if you were to divide this into half right here, it's a little bit below halfway. So I'm going to put a ticking mark here, and I'm going to look, there's a ticking mark here, so I'm going to look and see how far that is away from the line in the intersection, and I'm going to put it right about there. All right, so I think I'm going to go ahead and draw that pear and put it where I want it, okay? So this is a big circle right here, all right? So I'm going to draw a circle or an oval that fills this area very lightly, okay? Because remember, we're going to have to erase these guidelines. Then I'm going to draw this cone shape. Like if you look at this shape right here, it's kind of a cone shape a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, just so you can see it, I'm going to draw the cone shape that I see. And I'm going to put, this is going to go down right about here. And this comes out a little farther than the edge of the pear right up here. Okay, then this is where the stem's going to come out. All right, now I've got that. Now I want to figure out where I think this is probably a peach. Okay, I want to see how far my peach comes over here. Well, if I were to put a halfway mark right here, it's past the halfway mark. So if I put a halfway mark right here, I'm going to make my peach go about that far, I think. Yeah. And the top of the bottom of the peach is pretty much even with the bottom of this pear right here. And then it's going to run in over here, but the top of it, if you look at it, is above this line. So then I'm just going to go in and put the shape of my peach. So it's like an oval. It's going to run into this. Come around. To around here, and then you kind of shape it up in a few minutes. Now the stem, if you look at it, it's a little more than halfway from these two. Like if I put 2 fingers here, I couldn't put 2 fingers there. So I'm gonna put this right about here. Like that. Now I have no idea what this kind of fruit is, but I do know that there should be a ticking mark right about here. And it's not quite even with this, because this comes out a little further. And it touches on the pear right about here. Okay, so I'm going to try to draw the shape that I see. It's not quite a sphere. It's kind of got an odd shape to it. Then this kind of dips down into here. And then this stem comes out, which is kind of like a little cylinder. Now, this stem comes out, let me put a ticking mark here so you can see. This stem comes out and hits right about here and right about here. So I need this to come around and curve right about there. Now I need to put my leaves in over here. All right, this touches right about here on the line. And it's right above the line, okay? So I need a ticking mark right about here. And I'm going to come up here, draw the back of the leaf. This comes back around, touches right about there. The bottom of this leaf comes out behind this peach. There's a little crinkle. About like that. So now you have your line drawing, and then I have kind of a table line back here that's barely visible. So now you have a line drawing, and I'll come back in a minute to show you how to do the shading.